So go ahead, welcome me back. Welcome Jupiter. Where you been? Where you been at?
Greetings from outer space.
It's your host, yours truly, Jupiter Red, and I'm back with another video.
196 days later.
It's so funny because my last video, I was talking about, oh, I took a 1 month hiatus and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm taking like 6 months and 7 months. But guess what my New Year's resolution is? To put up a video every week this entire year. That means hey Siri, how many weeks are in 1 year?
1 year is 52.18 weeks.
All 52.18 weeks, I'm gonna be putting a freaking video on YouTube, okay? Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all story time within a story time. This is a small story time, but this has nothing to do with me getting drugged, but I just thought this was interesting. So I was hanging out with my friend Kenny earlier that day. It was around Halloween. I was around 17 years old, so I don't know what year it was when I was 17. But it had to be like 2011, 2012 or something like that. So I was hanging out with my friend Kenny, and I'm gonna say his real name because we weren't friends for very long, and I really, really doubt he's ever gonna come across this video. But if he does, oh well.
You exposed, nigga.
Kenny, I thought was gay, like for sure. Now, he was very effeminate. He wore color contacts and stuff like that, which, you know, ain't nothing wrong with wearing color contacts. But when guys wear color contacts, other than, you know, costumes and stuff, like it comes off as a little fruity to me, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's a little fruity. He dropped me off at my house and he came upstairs with me, and I was getting ready to go to a Halloween party that I got invited to via my boyfriend at the time. So he came upstairs. He was gonna help me do my Halloween makeup, which I was Jigsaw from the Saw series or whatever. So I had to paint my whole face in white makeup and have little red swirlies and everything, and just go out looking like a serial killer. Like from here down was like, hey sexy. From here up was like,
You wanna play a little game?
so basically what threw me off when I was doing my makeup, Kenny all of a sudden was like,
Can I eat your booty?
and I was like, what? Like back then I had no idea like eating booty was a thing. Like this was before Eat the Booty Like Groceries. This was before freaking Kevin Gates made eating booty popular. Like I had no idea what eating booty was. I was like, people actually do that? And of course I told him no, and he asked me again, and I was like, no, like I dookie, like my dookie comes out of there. No, this was so funny because the whole time I thought this man was gay. Anyway, to the real story time. Kenny had dropped me off to my boyfriend at the time's car, or his brother's car at least, and I was 17. My boyfriend at the time was 23. And drove us to this party. It was like a Islander party, and everybody was just in there dancing, freaking had like Islander music on and everything, booty shaking and all this junk. I'm like, oh shit, that shit look lit. But since I was underage, they put a big old X on my hand, meaning that I couldn't drink. So he went to go get me a drink. So he went to go and he got 2 drinks, which was the point of putting an X on my hand if somebody else is gonna, you know, somebody else can just go get me a drink. Like what the hell? But the drinks wasn't like, it wasn't like open bar or anything. Like it wasn't like you can just go there and order your drink. It was just a big old huge punch bowl, like prime punch bowl or whatever, of spiked punch, except it wasn't spiked with alcohol, guys. So he gets me the drink and he gets his drink or whatever. We're drinking it and we're dancing and having fun. There's a fuzzy thing, but we're dancing and having fun, and his brother is not doing anything because he was our designated driver. He's just sitting down on his phone. So me and my boyfriend were like starting to feel funny and stuff like that. And it was weird because we were literally talking about how it tasted like Kool-Aid. Like we were talking about like, it doesn't taste like there's anything in here, like at all. Like at all. But for some reason we were starting to feel real funny. And I was dancing and he sat in a chair. I gave him a lap dance. And y'all, I don't know how to dance like at all. I dance like a sim. So I already know I look stupid. I already know that I looked dumb giving him a lap dance, but it didn't matter because nobody was watching me. Nobody was paying attention to me. Why? Because everybody was drinking that punch, and that punch didn't have alcohol in it. That punch had another drug in it. It was not alcohol. I'm gonna tell y'all what drug it was later. But so after the party ended or whatever, I finally walk outside. It's nighttime, and that's when it really just like hits me, you know, because when you're in a dance club or something like that, or a party, you know, it's dark, there's flashing lights and everything, so everything kind of look crazy anyway. So I'm over here like, oh yeah, it looks crazy or whatever, but duh, it's flashing lights. So I go outside and it still looks like there's flashing lights and stuff like that, and everything's moving all like slow and freaking like everything looks so colorful and blurry and just happy and everything. I'm just like, we ended up getting in his brother's car, and I ended up getting face paint all over his car because like I'm over here like rubbing my face and stuff like that and like touching the car. Like, you know that episode of freaking not the episode, do you know what is the movie called? Oh my gosh, freaking come on, Bad Boys. I don't know which Bad Boys it was, but the scene when Martin Lawrence accidentally took the drugs or whatever because the pills fell in his water or whatever, and how he was like,
you ever rub your leather? You know, like just rub it, see how good it feels?
that was me. That was me, okay? He was my spirit animal right then and there. His brother drops me off home. I pass out in the kitchen. Luckily for me, I woke up early enough so that my mom didn't catch me passed out in the kitchen. So yeah, so I get a text message in the morning from my boyfriend at the time. He was like, oh, I'm in the hospital. I'm like, you're in the hospital? And then he tells me that him and his brother got into an argument and dropped him off like in a neighborhood or whatever, and he passed out in somebody's yard, in which the cops were called. So then the cops were getting ready to arrest him, and he told the people that he thinks that he got drugged and blah 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 or whatever. And so they took him to the hospital and they did a drug test on him, and he popped for ecstasy. So he told me that they put ecstasy in the punch or whatever, and I was like, wow. Like, they put ecstasy? I was like, man, I just accidentally did ecstasy. Like, I'm not gonna even lie, it was fun, but would I recommend it? No, because I don't recommend anything that makes you lose control. If you don't have control over yourself when you do it, don't do it. Like, I was not in control of myself at all, and it was so embarrassing. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, how I got drugged at a party. And yeah, that is all. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big ol' thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, share, whatever, you know, everything. All right guys, I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.